Premier League midfielder and national team captain Enock Mwepu has been forced to retire from football at age just 24 years old. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately you did hear me correct, as Brighton and Zambian superstar Enock Mwepu has been forced to hang up his boots. This obviously is a tremendously sad day in the football world, and I do want to send out my wishes to him on a very personal level, to his friends, to his family, to his club, to his national team, as we are losing one of the best high potential young players out there to a hereditary heart problem. This is very, very sad news to hear about. I myself am very heartbroken about this situation, although I'm not a Brighton or a Zambian football fan, but as a person, as a lover of football, as someone who's grown a huge love for African football over the last few years, to hear that we're going to be missing out on one of the highest potential young players out there at age just 24 years old is tremendously sad. As I said, he is the captain of his national team at just 24 years old. After joining Brighton only halfway through last season and having a major impact on the club, it is very sad to see that we will be missing out on a player like this. Obviously, in today's video, I'm just going to be reading a bit about the situation to you guys, kind of as a tribute to him. As someone who really loves African football, I kind of want to share his story out of respect for him. And on top of that, just to keep you guys updated on the situation, why he's taken the steps that he has, why he thought retirement was the best option. So jumping straight into things, obviously looking at the Brighton website, they have uploaded a document about Enock Mwepu's medical update. And they have stated that midfielder forced to end playing career after diagnosed with hereditary heart condition. Reading further into that, Enock Mwepu has been forced to end his playing career following a diagnosis of a hereditary heart condition, which I have heard many people say online, that much like Christian Eriksen suffering from cardiac arrest, maybe at just 24 years old, Mwepu could still return from that. But ladies and gentlemen, I hate to say it, although I would really love for a player like him to continue throughout his career, having easily over 10 years of his career still left to play, looking at a hereditary heart condition versus cardiac arrest, they are two totally different things in different aspects. And unfortunately, looking at, there's just different complications involved when it comes to a hereditary heart problem. You want to prevent him from having cardiac arrest or any other heart complications later in the future, and he has been advised by medical professionals to retire, and he has taken that advice. I mean, when you're 24 years old, when you've got a family, when you've got friends, and you've got your own life, obviously, you need to have the right priorities in place, and you have to make some very tough decisions. Reading further into what the Brighton document says, is club chairman Tony Bloom says, "We are absolutely devastated for Enock. He and his family have had a traumatizing few weeks, and while we are just thankful he has come through that period, he has seen such a promising career cut short at such a young age." Once again, 24 years old. It is horrific to think about. I mean, for one, I'm only 21 years old. I can't even think about in 3 years' time. If I had to just end my career due to something that was just totally out of my control, it is very, very sad to hear about. As a club, we'll give him all the love, help and support we possibly can to make a full recovery, and then as he decided on the next steps of his life. Now, I have heard that Enock Mwepu apparently still wants to be involved in football, although he can't play anymore, although he wanted to make the responsible decision, he still wants to be involved. So it'd be really interesting to see whether he gets involved through some sort of management, some sort of coaching, but I'm sure we'll see his face very, very soon. I mean, it's just so tremendously sad. I mean, if you think about it, even from a Zambian national team point of view, looking at players such as Patson Daka, looking at Enock Mwepu, the future of Zambian football looked so bright. They were proving to people that Zambian footballers can make it in the Premier League, and just to think about the bright future that they could have had together. Once again, I think it's kind of a message that nothing in life is guaranteed, that sometimes maybe life isn't fair, and it is very, very unfortunate. Head coach Roberto De Zerbi, the brand new manager, added, "I'm so sorry for Enock. Before I arrived, I looked at all the squad, and he was a player I was so excited and looking forward to working with. We'll do everything we can to help him." Head of Medicine and Performance Adam Brett explained, "It's a terrible blow for Enock, but he has to put his health and his family first, and this is the right choice, however difficult it is to quit the game he loves." Once again, it all goes down to responsibility, making the right choice. Very, very sad to hear about. Enock was taken ill while on a flight to join Zambia during the international break, and after a period in hospital in Mali, he returned to Brighton to undergo further cardiac tests and ongoing care. Once again, kind of proving that this has been going on for about a month or two at this stage, so it's not like it was all of a sudden, although to an extent it was. These tests have concluded that his illness is due to hereditary cardiac conditions, which manifest later in life and have previous evidence on regular cardiac screening. Once again, kind of showing that his problems he have now, although they're not the worst they can get, they will get there, they will escalate if he doesn't look after it. Once again, it's kind of the correct decision to make. I'm not going to read further into the article because it just further on explains what I've already told you. But ladies and gentlemen, this is a very, very sad day in African football. Very, very sad for a player like Enock Mwepu. As I said, the kind of potential a player like him. I mean, the versatility he has as a player. From what I saw, him as a person, he looked to be a tremendous talent, and the football world will miss him, although I'm sure he will return in some aspect, in some way, shape, or form. Enock Mwepu, I do wish you guys the best of luck. I wish your family, your friends, your club, your nation, everyone involved the best of luck. But guys, this has been Finn, FYWN, some very, very sad news. Until next time, cheers.